Hello, everybody, and welcome to Daytona International Speedway for today's running of the Daytona 500. So we have a full field here with 37 cars this week, as Bren Poole will be making a one-off appearance here in today's event. So he gets ready to compete with some of the best plate racers in the business here at the famed Super Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. And we'll take a look at some of your headlines here for today's race. Last race's winner is Denny Hamlin. We have William Byron on the pole for today's race, and Chase Elliott is your points leader coming in to Daytona. So we'll take a look at your point standings here. Chase Elliott is tied for points lead with Martin Truex Jr., and Jimmy Johnson is not too far behind in third, and Logano in fourth. So as the field begins to roll off here, we'll take a look at your starting lineup for today's race. In row 1 is William Byron. To his outside, Alex Bowman. In row 2 is Kevin Happy Harvick and Joey Logano. In row 3 is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and to his outside, Clint Bowyer. In row 4 is Paul Menard and Eric Almirola. In row 5 is Matt DiBenedetto and Denny Hamlin. In row 6 we have Martin Truex Jr. and to his outside, Kurt Busch. In row 7 is Bubba Wallace and to his outside, Ryan Blaney. In row 8 is Chris Buescher along with Quinn Houff. In row 9, 200 teammates Jimmy Johnson and Chase Elliott. In row 10 is Ryan Newman, to his outside, Austin Dillon. Row 11, Eric Jones and Daniel Hemrick. In row 12, Brendan Gaughan and Kyle Busch. In row 13, Corey LaJoie and Matt Tifft. In row 14, we've got Michael McDowell and Brad Keselowski. In row 15 is Ryan Preece and Ty Dillon. Row 16, Daniel Suarez and David Reagan. Row 17, Matt Kenseth and Landon Castle. Row 18 is Ross Chastain and BJ McLeod. And in row 19 is Cody Ware rounding out the field. So, for today's race, we'll have 8 laps, and William Byron is on the pole for today's race. And green flag's in the air as William Byron's going to lead him down. William Byron leads him down into turn 1. He's got a battle there on the outside from his Hendrick teammate, and it looks like he's going to let Bowman slide into the first position there. You see it's too wide through the field here yet. Looks like Chase Elliott's working up on that high line, trying to make a third lane on that outside. Meanwhile, in the front, it's Alex Bowman there trying to defend the lead from Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano, as it looks like William Byron's gone to the outside with help from Joey Logano, as Alex Bowman sticks on that inside with help from Kevin Harvick. Looks like William Byron's going to move back to that low line as we see 3 wide towards the back of the pack, as that third lane's coming there on the outside. And Joey Logano's coming up here trying to get the lead from William Byron as they keep battling it out. Some side drafting up front there, and it looks like Joey Logano's going to slide down there in front of William Byron for the lead. Looks like he gets a little loose trying to block, though. Slides up the track. He's going up, and around goes Joey Logano. And huge wreck here in front of the field. So we have a caution out here on lap 3. Crazy wreck happened there. Quite a few involved. Matt DiBenedetto, Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, along with Ryan Blaney, Paul Menard, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Joey Logano. As the cleanup looks like it's going to get underway here. Take a look at the replay here of that wreck. So, Joey Logano had slid up the top of the racetrack, was in that high line, slowing way down. I think Matt DiBenedetto just came up with way too much speed, and around he went, and that was it, as all those cars were involved. 7 cars total involved in that wreck that will be out of the race. So it looks like everyone's okay. So we'll get a restart here on lap 6 out of 8. So we'll have 3 laps to go. And green flag's back in the air as William Byron will drive down into turn 1. So William Byron continues to battle out for the lead there against Clint Boyer on that outside line as they're jostling for position behind them. Looks like Truex is going to try to get a third lane going there. Meanwhile, Clint Boyer is still on that lead. So we see 3 lanes there forming throughout the pack. Looks like Martin Truex Jr. is getting a run on that high line. So it's a fight with Stewart Haas teammates Eric Almirola and Clint Boyer for the lead. Looks like Almirola is trying to get that lead, but not quite going to get there as he keeps trying. But Clint Boyer's got that lead as he slides in front of teammate Kevin Harvick. It looks like we've got Hendrick teammates moving towards the front as William Byron moves out there, and now Alex Bowman coming into the picture, and Bubba Wallace gives a nice strong shove there. Alex Bowman, he's going to try to get around Bowman for the lead. And we've got the RCR teammates coming there on the inside as Daniel Hemrick pushes Austin Dillon out to the lead. It looks like Hemrick, though, is going to get to the lead now here. It's around the final lap. And we've got a push there from Ryan Newman as Daniel Hemrick maintains that lead. It looks like Newman's going to stick with him, but we got Chase Elliott pushing Bubba Wallace there. Chase Elliott jumps to the middle lane. Looking at 3 wide here, coming to the checkered flag, and it looks like Daniel Hemrick's going to win it there. It looks like Bubba Wallace came across the line there in second. Daniel Hemrick wins the Daytona 500. So take a look, replay at that final lap here. So it starts out with the RCR teammates out there in front as they kind of break up, choose different lines. Hemrick sticks to that low line, so he gets a great push there from Ryan Newman. Moves to the high line. Newman continues to push him there. Looks like Bubba Wallace gets a run on there, but loses momentum as Chase dives to the outside. Newman stuck there with Hemrick, and that got him to the win as Hemrick will celebrate his win here in the Daytona 500. So burn it down. Super excited there. He's a rookie here in this series to get checkered flag. We'll take a look here at your finishing results for today's race. So congrats to Daniel Hemrick, RCR, and the number 8 Bass Pro Shops Caterpillar team, and Michael Blomel on winning today's race. So some strong finishes there for some drivers. Don't always see their way up towards the front. Very interesting race. Kind of crazy overall. A lot of interesting events and things happening. I hope you enjoyed today's race here, as there was a lot of different action at this track. So a brief update on what's going on here with the series. Sorry this took so long to get Daytona out. Took a while to build this track as it's very big, and then a while to film it as well. It had other stuff going on as well. So it's out in here now. Plan on having 2 more races after this, as we'll head to the Roval and then finish the season off at Homestead, Miami. So the point standings will be getting very close here to the end. So drivers are going to want to get everything they can here in these last 2 races. So it'll be interesting to see how the action turns out here in the next 2 remaining races of the season. So we'll take a look at your point standings here for today's race, as Chase Elliott maintains the points lead, 263 points, over Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr., Eric Jones, and Kyle Busch. So as you can take a look at your 21st through 38th in points, as well as a lot of these guys here will be looking to move up in the points position in these last few races. So thank you all. I hope you enjoyed today's race here from Daytona, in today's running of the Daytona 500, and